Alright guys, welcome back to the KD51 YouTube channel. We're here at VIR, ready to have a good weekend.
Oh, chill out. I thought somebody was notching, bro. Oh my god.
Oh, but
Look at Rocco Landers.
You're shaking the whole semi.
I'm gonna wonder what's happening up here.
Might be up there in that pole position.
I think we're on some weird shit up here, dog. Fuck out of here.
The next was on a fire. He still is. 2/10. Really could have messed up his run. Let's see Lockoff. Just how much better will he be? This lap. Hey, 7 3/4 minutes on the outside. They've got I believe he went in for third row. On that last lap into the third row. So the launching on. All the different best two.
Jody!
You're probably on a
Front row, baby! You have your warmers over there?
Whew. Where's Jody?
He pulled in.
He got pulled, right?
Yeah. And then
Jody! Front row, baby!
Front row? Fuck yeah!
30.7. I couldn't. I went back out to try and improve it, but there was so many lappers.
Good job, dude. Seriously.
I needed it. I had to do it. I had to do it.
Good on the mic.
Yeah.
We're gonna put this in.
I feel good. So. Alright guys, finally got the best qualifying of the year. P3, Jody's P1, so we got both bikes in the top 3 for qualifying. Like I said, it's the best qualifying of the year. I mean, I'm super stoked to finally be up in the fight. I mean, my qualifyings this year have been killing me in the races. There's a lot of fast guys in the class this year, and if you're qualifying 7th, 8th, it's really hard to come through the pack this year. Especially just because there's so many good riders. So super stoked to get a good qualifying session, especially because you know, this is going to be my grid spot for both races. It's a double header this weekend, so I'll be up front for both races on the front row, and super stoked with that. And you know, we're ready to go for the race, so I'm excited and ready to get after it.
Racers away from the racetrack. You came back yesterday and you came back today just to hang out?
Yeah, you know, we got the rest of the team, and you know, Richie and myself are big parts of just.
I want mine signed up top to your mom.
Your mom?
Your mom.
Okay.
Hey, sorry for our friend. He's got some issues. We're working on it.
He's got some issues.
We're working on it. I'm working through some things right now. Let's get a situation.
Alright, well, you give that to your mom then. Good mom. Have a good one, guys. Have some fun.
Thanks, man. Nice doing.
Me and this guy, unfortunately, have to share this room together.
Get all up close and personal.
Just getting suited up, ready to go. It's gonna be a hot one. Jody loves the heat, so that's great.
Yeah, boys. Here you go. A little bit of the bubbly.
You're gonna get a good start and get up in there for the race. That's the plan.
Caleb, is that the plan, brother?
That's the plan.
Love it. Seriously, amazing. Your cinematography, just unmatched.
right-hand turn. Yep, Rispoli with a good run. It looks like Jody Berry on that far outside. And as you're a points leader, I don't want 4, 5, 6 people underneath me.
And you can see how tight it is as all these guys try to funnel through turn 1. Looks like they all made it pretty clean.
I do think I see that Kawasaki sticking out like a sore thumb back there. I question whether there's actually one, as we have a good battle up into that right-hander. The 7th turn on this circuit, James Rispoli, Kaleb De Keyrel, Hayden Schultz is at Mazziato in 4th. Anthony Mazziato in the Aprilia in 4th. Mazziato riding for Rodeo Racing and Warhorse HSBK this year. De Keyrel is back on a Aprilia, but a different team, the Veloce Racing team, who the points leader is his teammate, Jody Berry, back in 4th.
Looks like the top 6 trying to make a little bit of a break. There's Corey Ventura right there on that last spot right there behind Jody Berry, and you can tell how these guys are about to all group up on this front straightaway in the draft.
Yeah, that was Berry back in 6th spot. But yeah, Ventura, and there's a little bit of a gap, but those 6 guys, and how are they able to pull away from Ventura that much? And look at Mazziato. Again, he knows how to pass because he probably passed 30 people yesterday.
It's going to be a little bit harder, though, to make these passes today on these guys at the front. Their pace is going to be quite a bit higher, but you know, you can see all these guys just fanning out every corner, everybody trying to make a pass where they can.
Rider in 2nd, Kaleb De Keyrel, was last year's champion. That's why he carries that #1 plate. Again, I told you, riding for a new team this year. He's a motocross rider. I mean, he's tried qualifying for motocross nationals, supercross races. And he said he took that time off between the last race and this one to kind of get that aggressive feel back in him. We see right here if he's aggressive going into this right-hand turn in 7.
He looks more aggressive today. You know, the season hasn't started the way he's wanted, and even last year, sometimes he didn't practice or qualify that well. He would always find himself there in the race, but this year's kind of been a little bit different. He struggled, but now it looks like he's kind of got his head down.
And I know Olin's the suspension builders for that, and he's straight lining it into this right-hand turn. He decides better of it, Jason, but he's looking much more racy, and now he has his teammate just behind him in Jody Berry.
Much more like the Kaleb De Keyrel we saw last year, and a lot of it is set up with the Olin suspension. Everyone has said he has a very unique style of the way he wants his bike set up, which is very soft and very low in the suspension stroke, and actually prefers to use the tire a bit for suspension and almost bottom the suspension itself out. So that's different than most riders. Took a little while for the team and for Olin to understand that. Clearly they're getting it figured out now as we get into a draft pack down into turn 1.
Yeah, and you kind of get pulled into that first turn, and you see, whoa!
Teague Hobbs
went dive bombing on, and he couldn't do anything about it at some point.
And there's somebody else.
And that took Berry with him.
Lap.
Was that Berry or Mazziato?
Somebody else was laying in turn 1. I think they're going to red flag.
Yeah, they are. Looking from forward all the way to the back, you'll see somebody run across. Maybe not at this angle, but they'll move with that red flag. We'll see the lights come on. We'll do it again. Again, original grid, minus a few alterations. 9-lap race ahead of them. James Rispoli with another good launch.
A lot better start this time for Jody Berry.
Yeah, Jody Berry's on that out. He doesn't mind being on that outside. And that kind of scares me a little bit when you know somebody can put the Stuff-O-Matic on you. But Kaleb De Keyrel's the one that's back there in 4th this time. Jackson Blackman, he get a good start. He looks like he's up into 4th or 5th.
Hayden
6th.
Schultz already moves his way into 2nd.
And these 2 teammates break away. We got 2 Yamahas and 2 Aprilia teammates.
You know, Jody's bike just crashed, so he might take about a lap and just feel things out.
Yeah. Again, we didn't see too much damage. We did see they were having to make adjustments, so it did bend, move some stuff around. And Hayden Schultz going for the lead, the 49, 2nd, twice here last year. Once to Teague Hobbs, once to Jody Berry, I believe it was. And either way, he's looking for a little redemption, trying to get a victory. The 18 of Jackson Blackman, now sponsored by Northeast Cycle Outlet Racing and Track Day. Got a little bit of a push. Is that De Keyrel underneath?
Yep.
Kaleb De Keyrel, the national champion, just underneath his teammate Jody Berry. I don't know if Jody's not feeling it quite yet, trying to let things sort out, but Kaleb De Keyrel wants to get up in front, and we've seen it the past few years, whether it be last year where he was winning the championship, the year before when he was going at it with Rocco Landers. He likes being up front. He's okay with that. Let's go down to Jason Wygant.
Yeah, Jody Berry, they're confident. Yes, they did some damage to the bike. They said it was just cosmetic and handlebar clip-on, so they got that fixed. They don't think there are any problems with the bike, so Berry at least mechanically should be 100%.
Thank you, Jason. Good to go, and we see Berry there in fourth, trying to get in that wake of his teammate Kaleb De Keyrel, who had the fastest lap of the race at 1:31.37. Hayden Schultz kind of motor away a little bit at Daytona, but you see in the draft here, De Keyrel going to the inside. But I think Vincent Hines has those Yamahas dialed.
Yeah, the Yamahas look quick, but you know, all these bikes, the Yamaha and the Aprilia, they look so even.
Yeah, they do, don't they?
And did Jody Berry make the pass?
Yes, he did on the outside. Making the pass on the outside on his teammate. 3.8. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, wasn't the light race lap record 1:30.6? So he's doing all of this in traffic, and he's less than like 0.2 of a second off of that time from Hayden Schultz yesterday.
Yeah, man, that's impressive, and it's just going to add insult to injury after this race, knowing you had the pace to win and had to start in the back.
Hayden Schultz with a quick turnaround to see if Kaleb De Keyrel was back there, and Kaleb absolutely is just back there. We have 4 guys in this race that could win, and a good gap back with I think it's Corey Ventura and Jackson Blackman battling it out for 5th place. But
that might help them with their strategy of what they want to do on that last lap.
That Aprilia that time had some pretty good pull, but the finish line's already happened. And you see Kaleb De Keyrel maybe plucking off one rider, that would be Schultz, and actually able to get underneath Jody Berry, but can he come out still in second? And he does. Schultz tucks underneath. Great racecraft by both of those guys.
Jody Berry goes from 1st to 4th.
And he got hung out. He just got too far wide. And I love that first turn, the opportunity for riders to do that.
Kaleb, every corner looking up the inside.
We do see it coming into 7. When he does, though, if you're one of those riders behind, you need to just go ahead and start outside, right? I mean, just if you're that rider in 3rd, you see Kaleb go so steep.
He got a good run this time.
He might get it. You said he's going to go underneath him. Ooh, he's wanting to. He needs a half a bike, and Schultz did. Look at Hayden Schultz. He did exactly what I said. Now they're going to go side by side, and he's going to get a good run. Up at the top here, will Schultz be able to dive in and go underneath into 10? Once again, we're going to see Anthony Mazziato probably working up and into around 6th spot. A pass for the lead. There's some power, some drafting power by Kaleb De Keyrel underneath James Rispoli. Hayden Schultz putting in a move on the outside. You see Jody Berry. Those 2 white bikes are 2 teammates of Veloci Engineering. The 2 teammates just in front of them are going side by side. And if you're in 3rd, when you got 2 guys side by side, where do you go?
You're hung out unless you try to go way up the inside, which is going to be, hard to make the pass in the corner. If you're on the outside, you take a chance of running off.
And then your own teammate, if you're the rider in 4th, you just do the opposite, right? You have to do something different. You can't play follow the leader the whole time. And an opportunity right now is Jody Berry having a good draft, possibly a triple draft coming down the front straight.
He needs a really good run out of this last corner.
He needs 1 or 2 guys here in this turn. He still will have a shot because the next time they come through this straightaway, they will get the white flag. It is this time around. We go for 2 laps to 1. This is it.
Joey.
Look at him. We saw it. Look, we've got a Yamaha sandwich, and it looks like Rispoli gets closed out. And Hayden Schultz, this time. You got to pull away right now, brother, because you got a fight going on behind you. Jody Berry into 2nd, Rispoli 3rd. Kaleb De Keyrel, we've seen him aggressive the entire race. Rispoli's wanting to go underneath here.
He was looking on the inside, but Jody cut it off.
And look what De Keyrel does. De Keyrel's going to want to pull underneath. There goes Rispoli again. De Keyrel's going to get a good drive on the outside. It's going to set him up. Boy, he's out of line. Out of position. They're swapping back and forth, and that could cost them a chance for the victory. But look how close Jody Berry is. Can Berry get underneath?
I think he's going to wait for the last lap.
And try and do another draft pass on the finish?
But he's going to have to block off.
This is the last lap. Is he going to go down that front straight and just wait till then?
I don't know. Rispoli's already right there again.
I mean, it's not a wood door, but he's knocking for sure. And how much of a draft will Kaleb De Keyrel get, too, with all of these riders just in front? That was it. That's the last This is the last blocking ability unless Jody Berry can get underneath there, but if you do that, you throw away your chance at the end. So let's see. How will the draft play a factor? Watch how smooth all of these three riders behind have to be, or is it Hayden Schultz with that motor on that Yamaha R7 able to do it? Cycle Tech on the blue bikes. You got Veloce on the white ones. Barry on the outside drives around the outside, and another win for Jody Berry. The two Yamahas second and third. De Keyrel comes across in fourth. Jody's the man in twins this year. So far, he is looking good. That was a hell of a race from all four of those riders. Where did Anthony Mazziato finish?
Fifth.
Oh, my goodness. He did it again. He did it again.
Start feeling strong.
That's a fierce mullet that one guy has. I told you to be smiling ear to ear. Nice work. Oh, no doubt.